Welcome back to the Meyeried Life. Today we're heading into the kitchen to make one of my favorite cozy meals, homemade nutmeg bucatini pasta with roasted butternut squash sauce. I'm using my KitchenAid Pasta Press to make fresh noodles from scratch. The best part. The butternut squash for the sauce came straight from my garden. It's truly a farm to table moment for me. I'll walk you through the dough, pressing the pasta, roasting the squash, and blending everything into a creamy nutmeg spice sauce that's perfect for this season. Let's get started. First off, we will put 2 cups of all purpose flour onto a flat surface. Then I mixed in a 1/4 cup of semolina flour, some salt, and nutmeg. Now, I love adding inclusions to just a standard dough, and that's why I added nutmeg for a little extra fall flavor. I start by adding my water a little at a time and gently mixing everything together. You really don't want to rush this part. Once the dough starts coming together, I'll grab my bench scraper to really start incorporating everything. This step looks relatively fast in this video, but in real time, it honestly didn't take me that long. I would say about 15 minutes from start to finish to create this whole dough, which for a homemade pasta really isn't that long. So you'll see me gradually add some more water as I go, really just enough to help the dough form. I want it to hold together and still feel relatively on the dry side. This is really important when using a pasta press because when you're using the pasta press, if your dough is too wet, the noodles will get soft, they'll lose their shape as they come through the press, and keeping the dough dry really helps with that. Also, if it's too wet, your dough will get stuck in the pasta press, and it's just a lot of work gone to waste by just a little less water that you could have added. Once the dough starts to come together with the bench scraper, I move to kneading it by hand. I usually knead for about 5 minutes. It's just enough to develop that smooth and elastic texture. Everything, all the flour needs to be combined. So when it feels cohesive and really firm, I divide the dough into smaller logs. This time it was 3 of them. And I wrapped each one tightly in plastic wrap, and then I will set it aside for 2 to 3 hours. You don't want it to sit aside for longer than that because during that time the dough will soften slightly, making it easier to feed through your pasta press later. However, the more you let it sit, it might get even more softer and therefore harder to put through your pasta press. So timing is really kind of key here. One quick note is your exact flour to water ratio can vary quite a bit. It really depends on the type of flour that you're using, the temperature of the water, or even humidity and temperature in your kitchen. And that's why I always recommend just adding water gradually. It gives you the control and helps the dough not get so wet to make great pasta through the KitchenAid Pasta Press. While the pasta dough is resting, let's move on to the sauce. Starting with the star ingredient, my homegrown butternut squash. I first sliced the squash in half lengthwise. Then I scooped out all of the seeds and that stringy pulp, and I drizzled with some olive oil, and I sprinkled with kosher salt and some fresh cracked black pepper. I then placed the halves cut side down on a silicone baking sheet. If you don't have silicone baking sheets, you can use parchment paper. It works just fine. So I did roast at 375 for 20 minutes. Then I took it out, flipped it so the cut side was face up, and I roasted for another 20 minutes. This really helps the squash caramelize just enough to become beautifully tender. Now, once they're done, take them out of the oven and let them cool quite a bit before you want to start scooping out the insides. You don't want to burn yourself. It's just so soft and it really falls right off the skin once you take out the filling. So the squash really is extra special to me because I planted it, I grew it, I picked it, I cured it, and now I get to cook with it. It's really kind of a farm to table full circle moment for me that makes this dish even more satisfying to cook. Well, the squash is cooling. Let's move over to my KitchenAid to start making the pasta. This KitchenAid Pasta Press is my go to, well, actually, my only pasta
Yeah.
making tool, and it works beautifully once you get the hang of it. I will be honest, I failed the first two times that I made it, but now that I've got it down, I love it. It's simple, well, relatively. I make pasta with this KitchenAid attachment at least, I would say, once a month, which is a pretty large amount considering fresh pasta does take a little bit longer to make than box. Anyway, first I opened up the box, and now let's look at the manual. So this manual is great because it shows the mixer speeds for each pasta plate. So the bucatini that I'm using requires a speed of 10 on your KitchenAid mixer. So make sure
Right
that you
now,
pay
we're
close
out of
attention
my
to those
office.
speeds, otherwise your pasta will not turn out. So after that, let's attach the pasta press to my KitchenAid. So we want to make sure everything is secure. And now that dough that's been resting, we'll unwrap that and we are going to place it at the top of the KitchenAid mixer. And now I'm going to go ahead and turn on my mixer to speed 10. Now this is where the magic happens. Now you'll see just that bucatini start to form long, beautiful strands coming right through this press. Now they do have a built-in cutting tool that you can trim the bucatini as it comes through, and you can trim it to whatever length that you want. There is recommended extrusion lengths in the manual as well. Now, I place everything on this clean kitchen towel that I have right next to my mixer. I lay it out, and you are going to want to leave the pasta there for about 30 minutes after it's gone through the pasta press just to rest a little bit. This short rest helps the pasta just hold its structure when it cooks a little later. Now, while the pasta is resting, yes, I know there's quite a bit of resting in this tutorial. However, while one thing is resting, you're moving on to a next. So let's move on to the sauce. I'm starting by dicing up one yellow onion and four fresh cloves of garlic. Yes, you can use the jarred kind. I just had fresh, so why not use it? I added a drizzle of olive oil to my pan and I cooked the garlic first, just until fragrant. Then I added the onions and I let them soften, probably for about 2 to 3 minutes. Next, we scoop out all of that roasted butternut squash. Now, I love this little scooping tool. If you'll notice, I used this when I cut out the seeds and the pulp in the beginning, and now I'm using it again to take out the flesh. It is absolutely so easy to use, and I will make sure that I link it in the description. Now, once I've gotten all of this beautiful flesh out, I will go ahead and transfer it to my sauce. You'll mix together all of that beautiful butternut squash with your onions and your garlic, and then you will add about a cup of chicken broth. I am doing this very gradually just so it incorporates a little bit easier. You could also use vegetable broth, it just whatever you have on hand. Then I add a little kosher salt, pepper, and some extra nutmeg. Now, I really want nutmeg to be a flavor forward in this meal, so that's why I'm adding a little bit more than just a pinch. Then I will stir in about 3/4 of a can of coconut milk for that creamy texture. My butternut squash was medium size, so I only needed about 3/4 of a can. If you had a really big butternut squash and a lot of flesh that went in there, then you might want to use the entire can.
You
It's
want to check the bone?
completely
Can you
up
feel the bone
to
in there?
you.
Feel. There's a bone right here. All right. So, gonna try to pull that chicken off the bone.
Our noodles are rested, our water is salted and boiling, and now it's time to transfer our bucatini pasta into our boiling pasta water. Now I'm going to just move them gently over and put them in the boiling water and cook them for about 6 minutes. While the pasta is in the boiling water, I'm going to transfer my sauce into my Ninja blender. I'm going to blend it all together and create a beautiful, creamy, textured sauce. Now, I am also going to take a half a cup of that pasta water. I'm just going to scoop it right out and gradually add that into my pasta sauce for an even more incorporated, smooth texture. Once the pasta is done, drain it and place those bucatini noodles into a bowl. Then spoon the roasted butternut squash right on top. It's so creamy and fragrant. You could top it with some parmesan or fresh basil, but I didn't have either. And honestly, after all of that garden to table effort, I was ready to dig in. The nutmeg in the pasta was and the sweetness of the butternut squash turned out so good. And I'm really glad I took that risk. It gave this dish such a warm, comforting flavor. I've linked my favorite kitchen tools, including the KitchenAid Pasta Press, in the description. Thanks for supporting us when you shop through those links. It truly helps keep us creating more homemade recipes like this one.